Off to Ohio we go. If I can get out of this muddy mess. It really snowed and rained by our house. As you can tell, it's still overcast, damp, and by the grace of God, somehow I got out of here. Do not know how, but we are gonna hit the road and go get rid of the Lance and see what other adventures we can get into. The Lance is offloaded and we're gonna stop at one of the best roadside attractions slash must-dos when you're in Ohio, Summit Racing. So we're gonna head here, see what they've got on the scratch and dent aisle, and then we stopped at this other scratch and dent place that had toolboxes and truck parts and all kinds of awesome stuff in Canton, Ohio. If you're ever in the area looking for that kind of stuff, they've got all sorts of stuff. And now we are planning to hit our next road trip to West Virginia. We passed by two off-road parks in Virginia and West Virginia. Those are Cove Campground, Gore, Virginia, and Chaos, West Virginia. And we are just making our way to the middle of nowhere, as you can tell, and we're gonna go grab this camper. When I say this place is the middle of nowhere, I've been all over the US, and this place was definitely far back in there. Thanks to Rob for coming. I brought these plates as you see him drilling them. That's so it's wide enough to get on the truck. But we had to stack a bunch of blocks of wood and they got super sketchy, but we got it on the truck and now it's time to drive. I don't know how many miles is out of here, but it's probably about 2 miles off the road, 3 miles off the road, and then back to civilization is probably another 10-12 miles. So this is really close to Romney, West Virginia. That's where we're at, but we're gonna head home and take a look at the camper and get it all ready for the season. So got some new boxes. So we picked up a Capri. They're known in the rodeo circuit basically and like the equestrian world for being tough as nails and no frills, nothing fancy. The guy before us replaced all this wood here. This is the dump valve, so it doesn't have a black water tank. You need to have a tote, but that's why I wanted an 8-foot. This is actually one of the only campers that has a toilet in it like this. So I'm going to put a black tank in the back that's hanging off my truck, just like you do with every other camper. That's where they're at. This camper sat for better half of 3 to 5 years, and it's an 01, and so it's in really good shape. This model is known as the Rodeo Deluxe, and it's a 2001, we believe. Now they don't make the Rodeo Deluxe. They make, I think it's called the Cowboy. That's one that's like a coffin style truck bed. And they make a Retreat, and they make another one that's like a la carte, like nothing's bolted in it. You can pick everything in it that you want to put in it. So really happy with it, but as you can see, the jacks are leaking, so we want to get rid of those as soon as possible, and it just needs some updating. We want to paint it and shine up some of the aluminum, but we're going to head inside here and take a look at the inside. So as you walk up in here, it's got, this is one of the only ones, let me turn off the heat. This only has a heat strip in it up there, which I'm going to put one of those diesel heaters in. But back to what I was doing. This is one of the only ones that has a toilet in it. So that's really cool that it has a toilet and a shower. Usually they just have a shower. But the shower's here, and it's nice that you step down in. If you were taller than 6 foot, you might have a problem. And it's all cedar lined interiored. Not as much storage, but thoughtful storage. That's over this bed area, which I actually like this configuration. And then you flip around, got a refrigerator, a microwave, a stove, a sink, more storage, pretty good size, about the same size as the microwave. I want to take these off. I guess he put these here because it probably opens when you're going down the road, but I'll put magnetic latches. But that goes all the way across to this one, but that one has a hot water heater in it. It's very small. Like if I stand back, this will get shelves here, but it's all cedar lined interior. It will fit a full bed up there, not a queen, and that's what's considered east to west or west to east bed. Our old one was south to north or north to south, however you want to say it. But it's a lot smaller. But like I said, you have everything you need. You have AC. Most of the time we only need AC. Only in the beginning of the wheeling season here we need heat, but I definitely want to put heat in it. Refrigerator, everything's right here, easy to use. The one major problem is everything is on plug-in, and it doesn't have the converter, I guess you would call it, from 110 to 12 volt. 12 volt lights in here, which is that, and that one there. I think one's underneath there, and one's underneath there, and one's up there. They don't work unless the truck's plugged in, so we got to fix that. But underneath here, it's kind of weird that there is seat belts here. That's kind of sketchy, but got a decent sized water tank. I've got to pressurize it to just make sure there's no leaks, but everything's super exposed. As you can tell, the lines go there, and they actually go out and that way. So I wasn't too worried. The guy wouldn't really budge on the price. So as long as it didn't have major leaks and the AC works, I could deal with PEX. It's not like it's hidden in the walls in other campers. But yeah, this is actual cedar, so that's pretty cool. This has got old style fuses, so all that will come out. Underneath this, there's that, but you can also pull. This is where I am gonna put the Odyssey batteries, eventually solar, but right now I'm going to do a DC to DC charger that has the option to add solar later. So this is where all the new stuff's going to go. Probably the new converter and fuse panel are going to go in here. I still have to figure out where the lights come in. I have to add lights to the back because if you saw, there's no lights because it's supposed to be further in the truck. But that's and order a bed. But first thing is I want to get jacks done, and it's all cleaned out right now. Only other way to get this small and light of a camper is to go a pop-up, and I really don't like those. So this, and also if you find like the super rare Bigfoots or Northern Lights that are meant for like Toyotas and that kind of thing, they're super expensive. They're like 15 grand and they're like from the early 90s. So this doesn't need paint because I really like the cedar. It needs some cushions. The cushions are really ugly, so I'm redoing the cushions. Needs some drapes or curtains, whatever you want to call it, but good. There's only 4 windows in this. The other reason I like this, there is no window there. There is no skylight. So if you guys know, those will create leaks. So really on the roof, you only have to worry about the sides, the AC, and I'm probably going to pull that one out and put a fantastic fan in there. So there's only 2 spots on the roof that could have a problem. So that's really cool. And I'm going to paint it, and hopefully you follow along with the series. This is going to be the truck camper series. Probably won't get all of it done this year because I still have to work on the Airbnb house, but I just cleaned it out and measuring stuff, and I'm gonna go order all the stuff I need for this one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.